you are not there to endorse it. When you are there and they begin to talk about church and teaching and style of living, and you do not participate in that kind of talk, because you are different. And that's why St. Paul said, you are models of believers. And so not only in Macedonia and Achaia, but also wherever you went. But also every place that your faith in God has gone. That faith means witness. That's why the priest or the deacon in baptism, he said to the parents, what do you ask of this child? And they say faith. Baptism. We want that this child be a witness of the faith that we are living. So that we have no need. Wherever you have gone, so that we have no need to say anything. In other words, we don't need to go to other people and tell them more or endorse more the word. Because your lifestyle, your living of faith is so vivid that is causing us to rejoice that we have you now, our extension, to make the word of God make known. For they themselves openly declare what sort of welcome you gave us. How beautiful it is, dear people, to welcome the one who comes in the Lord. It's not what we say in the Santos, holy, 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 and we bless you, and we welcome the one who comes in your name, O Lord, who is Jesus Christ, who will return, send the apostles, as the Father has sent me, I send you, go now and teach, and whoever receives you, receive me, and who receive my message, receive the Father who sent me. To the preaching of the gospel, we accept God. It's not because, you know, I happen to be born in a family, no, you accept the gospel. You accept the teaching of Jesus. And that's why he said to them, what sort of reception we have among you. How you turn your hearts from idols. How you turn your hearts from worship idols made of hands to come to believe in the living and true God. In that God that Jesus made it present, as he said to Philip, Philip, I have been with you all this time. Whoever see me, see the Father. So in Jesus we see the Father. And then he continued to say, that God that sent his Son from heaven and made him go to the cross and gave him the power of the resurrection, and that same Jesus, you, together with us, are awaiting for his coming. It's not what we do at Mass. The Christ who died is the Christ who is alive, is the Christ we hope that one day he will come. That's what we say after the consecration. The Christ who died and still dying in you, dear people, dying in each one of us, when we say no to evil, when we say no to ourselves, we put ourselves down, we master our feelings, we master our evil thoughts, our evil inclination. And by our life we proclaim him that he is alive, like the people of Thessalonica. How much St. Paul was proud of them, because they become models of the true faith. And now that we are witness of Jesus and him resurrected, we are awaiting for him to come. So his coming will be our glory too. Yes, because by his death and by his resurrection, Jesus has rescued us from the power of that wrath that was bestowed on us by the sin of our forefathers, Adam and Eve. My dear people, the gospel that we just read today and meditate, and the church gave us for our meditation, is a serious gospel. It's the gospel to remind us that we have to put God number one in our lives. My dear people, How many last night, even if the game was transferred from 9 to 10 due to the rain, they spent the whole night till 1:30 in the morning to watch a piece of ball running in a field by two teams. There was no if and but. There was no, oh Father, I work. There was no, Father, after all, you expect too much of us. How much we give to our idol sports. But when it comes to sacrifice for God, we find all kinds of excuses. We find all kinds of excuses. Who wants to go to bed early because they have to rise early? Who have to go to work tomorrow and so they cannot stay over? We find all kinds of excuses because St. Paul said it so well. Men will find time for everything, but not for God. And that is the human nature that we are claimed to. Where is the love of God that we give to Him with all our heart, mind, and soul? Do you really understand the first commandment which today Jesus gave us for our meditation and to endorse it? To love God with all your mind, with all your heart, with all your strength. God does not want 3/4 plus. He does not want half plus. He wants totally, completely. And that's why Jesus said to love God with all your heart and mind. To love God even more than your mother. To love God more even than your children. Why? Because if not for Him, your mother, your children will not be. And that's why He wants totally, completely our love for Him. And if we fail to do so, everything will fail in our life. Because He said to Moses, I am God, and I want totally, completely the whole being of the individual to love.